We are so happy to have him again, and alhamdulillah, Allah blessed him with 6 weeks. 6 weeks he spent during the time of Hajj, and I think it's a good time, alhamdulillah. So Allahu Akbar that he gave him the safe trip and he returned back to his family and to the community. And he told me that he made dua, alhamdulillah, for all the community of Newport Richey. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from him. And there is always, you are invited for dates, came from Jeddah, and Ma Zamzam, the water of Zamzam too, inshallah, you can take it with the dinner, inshallah. Jazakallahu khairan, brother, for your gift. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your Hajj. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us, inshallah, the ability to go next year, inshallah. All of us as a group from the masjid, inshallah, next year. Allahumma ameen. Say ameen. Ya Rabb, ameen. So, did you read the title of the lecture tonight?
Yes.
Okay, it's related to what?
How to become companion.
Yeah, and it is a very interesting title because we have many people, they are thinking that the companionship already finished. And I came to say tonight, no. Still, you have a chance to be Sahabi. You know the Sahaba? And let me just explain my point first. And we have many people, they wish to be Sahaba, but they couldn't. For the time frame, they are not, the generation was with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that is why they said we already missed the time of the Sahaba. No, you still can be a Sahabi. But let me explain that. Who is the Sahabi? What is the definition of the Sahabi? The Sahabi is the one who was living at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He believed in him and he met him sallallahu alaihi wasallam face to face, and he died on that faith. We said that he met the Prophet because we had many people, they didn't meet the Prophet. Like who? Like in Najashi. You know Najashi? So we cannot call him Najashi Sahabi. Why? He believed in Rasulullah and he died on that belief, but he didn't meet the Prophet. So 3 criteria, 3 conditions, 3 requirements you have to fulfill to get that title, Sahabi. Number 1, to believe in Allah, in Rasulullah, to meet him face to face, I mean physically. Number 3, to die on that. Why I said to die on that? Because we had many people, we call them the hypocrisy. They died, the hypocrites died. And they met Rasulullah, but they didn't die on that Iman. So Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul believed in Rasulullah at the first time. And he met him. But when he died as a hypocrite. So this is something we have to realize. And there is a term in Arabic, it is called Husnul Khatimah. You know that term? Husnul Khatimah, the good ending. What is your end? The good ending, which means Husnul Khatimah, which decide if that man, when he died, we will consider him as a Sahabi or not. And let me tell you something. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam praised his Sahaba. They are the best generation ever. And to be honest with you tonight, whatever we made in our life, we cannot be like those Sahaba. We cannot be like those generations. or this generation, we cannot be like this. Whatever we make. What is my evidence? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, لو أنفق أحدكم مثل أحد ذهبا ما بلغ مد أحدهم ولا نصيفه. If you spent even the weight of the mountain of Uhud out of gold, if you spent that huge and large space, it was a mountain of gold, you spent it for the sake of Allah, you will not reach to the degree of the Sahaba. Okay, do you agree? Yes. Because they did their utmost sacrifice. They happily gave their lives for the sake of Allah. They did everything. That is why Rasulullah said, خَيْرُ الْقُرُونِ قَرْنِي. The best generation ever is my generation. Then the next, then the next, then the next. So how many generations we have since the time of the Sahaba? Yeah, we have hundreds. And these generations, we call them the followers. And the followers of the followers. Then the followers of the followers of the followers. What we call that word in Arabic? At-tabi'in. Perfect. At-tabi'in. So, what we call us, we are the followers of the Sahaba and the tabi'in, and we are the followers of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But there is something why I said that, how to be a companion. There are two types of companionship. Number one, the companionship in dunya and the companionship in the akhirah. So if you missed the first one, try not to miss the second one. You know what I mean? If you miss the first companionship in the dunya and it is out of your control, it is just by chronologically Allah created you at that time. But if you miss that, the time of the Sahaba, try not to miss the other one in the hereafter. Why? We had a very touching story happened at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. There was a man, a Sahabi. His name is Thawban. Again, Thawban. 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 Thawban was a slave. Then the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ have freed him. He bought him, then he gave him his freedom. He bought him from someone else. And he gave him his freedom. And he said, Thawban, you are free. But so Thawban has something very unique in his relationship with Rasulullah. Whenever Thawban sees Rasulullah Muhammad, he feels happiness. Just by seeing, even without talking, just seeing Rasulullah. And do you know the beauty of Rasulullah? Can you imagine the beauty of Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? And for our sisters in the back, please read the biography of Sayyidah Aisha, to know how she was dealing with Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She praised his beauty. Do you know that? She used to praise his beauty sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And one night she lost the needle. She lost the needle. And she started to search about the needle, and she didn't find it. She couldn't find it. Under the light of the moon, she couldn't find it. Till Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam opened the door and he entered. Then she found his light came to the place, and she was able to find the needle. Then she laughed and she said, Ya Rasulullah, Wallahi innaka indi ahla min al-qamar. You are in my sight better than the moon itself. Subhanallah. For our brothers, just whisper to your ears, when you hear something like this, when the last time you heard something like this, you are better than the moon. Who said that to you? Is there anyone said to you that you are better than the moon? Huh? Yeah, ask for your rights. Do not feel shy. So Sayyidah Aisha praised Rasulullah, praised his beauty. And this was the relationship. So Thawban came and he said, Ya Rasulullah, whenever I see you, I feel happiness. And one day, Thawban was searching about Rasulullah Muhammad, but he couldn't find Rasulullah. And after like half hour, he met Rasulullah. But for the first time, Rasulullah sees Thawban unhappy. And he felt that he is so sad. He said, Thawban, why are you so sad? Why you are unhappy? What happened? What's wrong with you? He said, Ya Rasulullah, you know, I missed you. I missed you so much. And before you come, I remembered. And I was thinking about death. And I was thinking about the hereafter. You are Rasulullah, and you will be taken by Allah to the highest degree in Jannah with the prophets, with Ibrahim, with Musa, with Isa. You will be with the messengers of Allah. And what about me? I will be maybe in a degree lower than yours. I will be in the lowest degree, and maybe, perhaps, I will not enter Jannah, so I will never ever see you. So, can you imagine this is his concern? This is what he's thinking about. Did you think before about whether my actions, my deeds, or what I'm doing in my salah will bring me close to Rasulullah in Jannah? Do you think that I will have the opportunity to see Rasulullah in Jannah? So Thawban started to cry when he thought about that, what will happen in the hereafter according to his mind. And just a few minutes later, Sayyidina Jibreel came from the heavens with one ayah. The revelation came from Allah. With one ayah, Allah said, وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ. Who obeys Allah and His Messenger, he will be granted the companionship with the prophets and messengers. So you will be a companion to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Jannah in the hereafter if you obeyed Allah and His Messenger. If you follow the Sunnah of Rasulullah, you will be granted this title. You will be Sahabi in the Akhirah. Do you think that you can miss that title? That is why you have to do your best to get that title, Sahabi. You are Sahabi. You will be Sahabi in the hereafter. If you missed the first one, and it was out of your control, that one, do not miss it. That one, it's by your hands. It's your own choice. It's your own decision. So do not lose the companionship of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And you can imagine if you enter Jannah, maybe you will not be allowed to see Rasulullah again, or to see him even once. Maybe Rasulullah in the highest rank, and even your actions, your deeds will not allow you to reach to that point. Why? You was lazy in the dunya. You didn't follow his way. You didn't follow his sunnah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That is why the ayat came. وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولِ, who obeys Allah and his messenger, he will be with the prophets, the messengers, and not only this, even the martyrs and the righteous people. He will be with them in Jannah. That is why Thawban, when he heard this ayah, he smiled once again. And he came even to the group of the Sahaba, and he said he was proudly, saying to them, I am the one, I am the reason for this ayah to be revealed. This ayah was revealed because of me. Subhanallah. Subhanallah, this is something we have to realize. Those people were thinking about many of the issues nowadays we are not thinking about. As I told you like 2 days ago, just we think to be the very last people in Jannah. I need to be the very last one. I need to be even at the very last house in Jannah, even a small house, small room, Imam. I'm not feeling greedy. What about dunya? What about this life? If you have Bill Gates, and he told you, he had his checkbox, and he told you how much you need. Whatever you will say, I will write it down. So how much you will ask? 1 million? Be honest. 10,000? What? Bill Gates 10,000 Imam? No. 10 millions? Maybe more. Maybe more. You need to secure your life, your future. The future of the generations will come. Maybe you need to let them have a good life according to our modern standards. But what about the greedy related to the akhirah? I need to be with Rasulullah. It has to be your aim, your goal. And I will finish by telling you something about our character, about our behavior. If you don't have aim, if you don't have target in your life, so you will lose in this life. If your aim, if your target is to reach to the sky, maybe you will touch the clouds. Am I right? If your aim and your target is the sky, you may be able to touch the clouds. But if you don't have any aim, any goal, maybe you will be able to dig a hole in yourself in the ground. And this is the reality. So what is your goal starting tonight? What is your goal in the akhirah? What is the utmost goal that you can do? What is your target? Is to be with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Jannah. This is my target. To be with him in al-Firdaus al-A'la. Can you imagine when you open the gates of your palace to see Rasulullah in front of your eyes, and you go to him, Salaam alaikum Rasulullah, can I invite you to spend good time with me in my house, in my palace? Can you imagine this? Sayyiduna Ibrahim, Sayyiduna Nuh. Can you imagine in your palace, you are inviting Rasulullah, Sayyiduna Ibrahim, Sayyiduna Nuh, Sayyiduna Yusuf, Sayyiduna Musa, Sayyiduna Isa, Sayyiduna Ismail, all of the prophets and the messengers inside your house? Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Tonight, I just wanted to tell you about this target, about this aim, about that goal. It has to be in your life. You have to ask Allah for that even once in your life. Try to make it. And it's, inshallah, Allah will make it easy for you. Just two conditions. Number one, I said 4 steps to be able to achieve that goal. Number one, love the Prophet Muhammad, to love him. Number 2, to follow his sunnah. Number 3, to study his seerah. Number 4 is to say too much, Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Is to send blessings and salutations to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So 4 tips tonight, how to be a companion to the Prophet in the Akhirah. Again, number 1, loving the Prophet. Number 2, follow his sunnah. 3, study his seerah. Number 4, to send the blessings and salutations to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Jazakumullahu khairan. I have to leave space and time for the dinner, inshallah. But I wish, please try to share this information. Try to teach your wives, try to teach your children about how to be a companion to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. No, I already finished. I have to take a rest. I'm so hungry. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.